This episode is brought to you by Farmers Insurance.
In Sudan, the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group says it's captured an airport and 2 air bases, as clashes between the RSF and the Sudanese army leave at least 3 people dead. We hear from an eyewitness in the country's capital.
We're so terrified right now. Just recently, we heard bombings and the sound of screaming.
Disturbing images show the deadly aftermath of fighting in Sudan as neighbouring Chad unilaterally shuts down its border with the country, while Russia, Egypt and other Arab states call for a ceasefire. Also this hour, the France 24 channel takes down its report on Russian troops training for combat after fierce backlash from Ukraine, which accused the outlet of pro-Russian propaganda. Also ahead,
the United States needs to stop encouraging war and start talking about peace. It is necessary for the European Union to start talking about peace.
Brazil's president criticizes the West, urging it to stop fueling the Ukraine conflict as he ramps up his visit to China, where he was warmly welcomed by top officials. Hello and
3.8 seconds. Jaguar delivers that thrill every day. The F-Pace, how Jaguar makes an SUV.
Will Turkey ratify Sweden's NATO membership? Stockholm says it can't fulfill all Ankara's demands. As the bloc's membership requires unanimous approval, what would make Turkey change its mind? And what does all of this mean for NATO's future? This is Inside Story. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Mohammed Jamjoom. One of the many fallouts of Russia's invasion of Ukraine has been that previously neutral Nordic countries.
When the Acura automobile division of American Honda began operation in March of 1986, we were impressed with the big, luxurious legend, but we had a special fondness for the smaller Integra. For it, Acura had cooked up one of the smoothest 4-cylinder engines in the automotive business. By comparison, many other manufacturers were just serving up hash. Well, a lot has happened in the 3.5 years since the Acura Integra's introduction. Smooth-running, high-revving 4-cylinders are a staple offering from nearly all Japanese manufacturers, and most of the Integra's competitors are now strong, well-rounded machines. The counter, Acura has introduced a new Integra. So let's see what they've created to please our palate this time.
The latest Acura Integra appeals to our appetites more than ever, but this time in different ways. Most noticeably, it has become a feast for the eyes. Longer, lower, and wider than last year's model, the Integra is an exercise in the golden mean. Proportions are nearly perfect, and so is the execution. There wasn't a flaw to be found in our car's fit or finish. The design is functional, too, with aerodynamic flush glass and frameless glass for the doors. This configuration makes the door lighter and easier to operate, but it doesn't make for a nice solid thunk when the door is slammed. Speaking of doors, the Integra comes as either a 4-door or a 3-door coupe. The 5-door is gone. And there are 3 trim levels now, RS, LS, and this new top-of-the-line GS. For a base price of $16,675, the GS trim offers tilt steering wheel, power windows, mirrors, and door locks, stereo, and cruise control. And it's the only Integra with anti-lock brakes. More on that later. Once inside, the Integra's dash tells you that this car is definitely a part of the Honda family. The low-gloss plastic is excellent quality, and textures look rich, but we found more interior design compromises than expected. Gauge faces have the same efficient Honda look, although there could be more of them. Seats are firm, as we've come to expect from Honda, maybe a bit too firm. But fabrics are rich to the touch. Seat controls are manual. The side bolsters and lumbar are adjustable, but the amount of extra support is limited. The steering wheel adjusts for tilt. A motorized shoulder belt is used to meet federal requirements, not a preferred airbag. Driver dash controls operate with precision. However, we wish Honda would stop putting so many controls behind the steering wheel and stalks. There is nothing blocking access to the simple-to-use controls for ventilation and heating. It's worth noting, though, that air conditioning is a dealer-installed option that will end up costing an extra $1,000 even on the GS trim level. The stereo is standard, but it's located a bit low on the console for easy operation while driving. And for driving, there's a 4-speed overdrive automatic. It has the lighted display on the instrument cluster that we're used to in other Hondas, and a driver-selectable sport mode. When S3 is selected, shifts occur at higher RPM during part throttle acceleration. In sport mode, 4th is locked out till you want it. And this shifter won't let you shift out of park unless your foot is on the brake. But you can override that feature for those occasions when the car must be put into neutral for towing. The security-minded will also like the lock for the remote fuel door and trunk releases. As for the trunk itself, liftover is very low, but again space is on the small side for a car of this size when the seats are upright. In the rear, Acura supplies rear shoulder belts, but not as much passenger room as we expected. A locking, split-folding rear seat is standard. The original Integra engine that we liked so much was a modified version of Honda's Civic engine. The second-generation Integra engine continues with 16 valves, but it's an all-new design. Displacement is up to 1.8 liters. Horsepower is 130, torque 121 pound-feet. The Integra is larger and more powerful than before, but it paid a price: weight. With some 200 extra pounds, the new Integra is not appreciably quicker than in the past. Our car went from 0 to 60 in 10.4 seconds. The quarter mile took 17.9 seconds, tripping the computer at 76 miles per hour. Not exactly slow, but hardly up to our expectations. We're happy to say the engine is smoother and more willing to rev than ever, though the automatic transmission makes the engine's power feel hard to reach. Shifts seem to happen too quickly. But the Integra doesn't reach its limits of adhesion until it's pushed rather hard. It responds quickly to steering inputs. And when driver commands are less than smooth, the error is burnt off with harmless scrub from the front end. Body roll is minimal. The sum of the Integra's handling dynamics is smooth, predictable fun. And none of this comes as a surprise since the Integra's suspension is based on that of Honda's Civic. Wheelbase for the Integra, though, is stretched to 102.4 inches, giving it the ride quality of a larger car. And the Integra GS has something else we usually only find in large luxury cars: electronic anti-lock brakes. With them, our car went from 60 to 0 in 125 feet on average. That's a good number. With its 4-speed automatic transmission, the Acura Integra is EPA rated at 23 city, 27 highway. We managed 24 in mixed driving. As for other numbers, we measured a fairly quiet 68 decibels of interior noise at 60 miles per hour. In our safety check, the Integra passes with standard ABS and shoulder belts for rear seat passengers. It fails to have airbags for the driver or passenger. Topping our list of hits is the Integra's styling. We're also smitten with its smooth engine, its excellent anti-lock brakes, and high level of fit and finish both inside and out. Misses include limited trunk space, lackluster acceleration, and a high price. With automatic and air, the Integra approaches the $20,000 mark, too much for a car of this size. For comparison, Honda's new sport trim Civic EX fills nearly the same purpose for thousands of dollars less. And believe it or not, it has more trunk room. It lacks anti-lock brakes. Subaru's handsome Loyale is also much less expensive. It has more trunk and rear leg room, and with optional turbo power, it will outrun the Integra. It doesn't have the Integra's smooth engine or anti-lock brakes. What the Integra has over both of those cars, and all the cars in its class, is its image. It's not the kind of car you're going to see in every driveway. Price alone will see to that. Aside from not having the stigma of economy, it behaves like a much larger sports luxury sedan, giving practical concerns a back seat. This is a car for the senses. It's smooth to the eye and to the touch, and it has an air of quality that's impossible to quantify. The Integra, in its second generation, is once again as much a work of art as it is a car. Inside this typically unique Saab shell sits the most potent motor that the 9000 series has ever seen. This new 2.3-liter four-cylinder uses 16 valves, a turbocharger, and an intercooler to generate 200 horsepower and 244 pound-feet of torque. Other modern touches include twin counter-rotating balance shafts for smoothness and a cross-flow cylinder head. It all combines to produce Saab's smoothest four-cylinder yet. Power comes on quickly, with 60 coming up in only 7.5 seconds. The quarter mile ends in 15.7 seconds at 91 miles per hour, making this the quickest Saab that we've ever tested. This is despite a vague, rubbery shifter and an extremely short first gear. Power delivery stays strong up until 5,800 RPMs, and then it falls off a cliff. Clutch feel is smooth and progressive, with less of the on-off feel of previous Saab clutches. Moving into the slalom, the car exhibits exceptional stability with plenty of road feel, but the slow steering response and mild front plow make it feel a bit sluggish compared to previous 9000s. That's not to say that there isn't plenty of grip from the sticky Pirelli P700 tires. The 9000 Turbo just doesn't have the nimble feel of some other European sports sedans. Until you turn the wick up. Then the steering response quickens and the Saab starts acting more like a BMW. Like many European sports sedans, the 9000 Turbo offers anti-lock brakes as standard equipment. Stops from 60, average 118 feet. Even on a wet track, our test car's excellent pedal feel and rock-solid stability made stopping a breeze. Back on the open road, the 9000 Turbo has the sort of firm, comfortable ride that European cars are famous for. Expansion joints come and go quickly and cleanly. EPA fuel mileage estimates are 19 city, 25 highway. We got a very fine 23 miles per gallon on our test loop. Saab interiors are as unique looking as their exteriors and reflect Saab's leading role in aircraft design. They're also roomy and comfortable. The 9000 Turbo is no exception. Material quality is very high, and the dashboard's flowing lines are quite pleasing to the eye. Step inside and you find yourself in a set of supportive leather-covered bucket seats. The standard power seat controls allow them to fit a wide range of driver sizes. Seat position memory is standard as well. And the standard seat heaters are much appreciated on cold mornings. The seats are very well padded and offer the thigh support that our taller staff members frequently feel is lacking in other cars. But like many German cars, there's no tilt wheel. Saab practicality is evident in the generous number of interior storage spaces. The fuse panel is conveniently located inside the large glove box. Gauges are large and clear, but we think that sports sedans should include a full analog complement. There is a handy trip computer readout among the gauges, but its dash-mounted controls are hidden away behind the steering wheel, as are quite a few other dash-mounted switches, as well as the stock-mounted cruise controls. The new automatic climate control system with its electrostatic air filter is standard in the 9000 Turbo. Its high dash position makes it easy to see and reach, and unlike the previous system that defaulted to the auto position every time you turned on the ignition, this one allows manual settings. The Clarion AM/FM cassette stereo is also easy to reach, has clear, well-marked controls, and a crisp, powerful sound. Hop into the back seat and you'll find plenty of passenger room and a standard split folding seat back. The headrest must be removed before folding, but Saab engineers have considerately provided for their storage. The folding rear seat adds to Saab's famously spacious cargo bay. Liftover is low for easy loading. A handy toolkit is provided for emergency situations, while Saab's new limited warranty provides repair cost relief for 6 years or 80,000 miles. While Saab is not noted for radical exterior changes, the 9000 Turbo has gotten a few tweaks to keep it up to date. European-style lane change indicators on the front fenders continue. Body color bumpers are now standard front and rear, and many trim pieces sport a blackened finish. As for price, the 9000 Turbo cost a hefty $32,995. The only option is $765 for an automatic transmission. That's a good deal more than you'll pay for a Volvo 740 Turbo. The Volvo isn't as quick as the Saab, but is more nimble in corners. Like the 9000, the 740 has a unique look, but offers fewer standard features. The Infiniti Q45 is a good deal more expensive than the Saab. It has similar standard features, but a much more refined character. The Q45 also offers smooth V8 power, but at the expense of higher fuel consumption. In our safety check, the Saab 9000 Turbo passes with a driver's side airbag, rear shoulder belts, and anti-lock brakes. It lacks only a passenger side airbag for a clean sweep. Hits start with the impressive new turbo engine performance. We also like the high level of standard features, well-designed interior, strong brakes, and the chassis' excellent grip. But while the grip is strong, the 9000 Turbo responds sluggishly to steering inputs. We're also disappointed with the rubbery shifter, lack of tilt wheel, and hard-to-see dash controls. While other European car makers try to leapfrog ahead of each other to the latest technical innovation, Saab takes a more evolutionary path, one that favors refining what works rather than chasing the latest marketing gimmick. This has allowed Saab products like the 9000 Turbo to consistently offer value, performance, and an exhilarating driving experience you can't get anywhere else.
This is iNet Mania, a game for those of us who work or who have worked in the .com industry. Especially for those of us who worked in the .com biz when it was new back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Back when it really sucked. Not that it doesn't suck today, but back then it was like a new kind of sucking. This game reminds me of 1999 when I started Classic Game Room, and a lot of the stuff in here is very similar. Like when you spend money for market, get stuck, you run out of money, people quit, and you watch all of your hard work, time, money, effort, and ideas get vaporized into thin air. Good times. This is a board game that you can play against the computer or some friends on the iPod Touch or iPhone. I find it a little slow when playing against the computer. This would be far more fun to play against some friends who have been through the same .com experiences, because it packs a few laughs, and if you like board games, this is a pretty neat board game. Personally, I prefer to blow things up with spaceships, but let's take a look at iNet Mania here. My favorite part of the game is the slump cards, where you draw cards and bad things happen to you, like servers get hacked, people quit. The object of the game is to gain visitors and earn money. You can see that on the top of the screen. You land on paydays. Sometimes you can double your visitors. Other times you lose all of them. You can spend money for marketing and hopefully get a return, or watch all your money vanish. The game is very straightforward, and you shake the iPod as if you were shaking your dice around in a glass and then roll it. It's a neat concept for those of you who like board games, who have been in the .com biz, and it is well that human beings and computers do not get along. Don't confuse this game with Virtua Tennis or Real Sports Tennis. It's just plain old tennis for the Atari 2600, a 1981 release from Activision, who were the masters of the universe back in the day when it came to programming games on the Atari. And what's remarkable about tennis is that it actually resembles tennis. Because in 1981, most tennis games looked like Pong, and played like Pong, and while tennis basically plays like Pong, at least they look like little people with tennis rackets. It looks nice. I'm playing as the naked yellow person versus the naked blue person on lush green grass, or AstroTurf, or a plastic Lego grass surface. But what's up with the sound? I can't hear the roar of the crowd or the music. That's not it. Let's see, what's this switch over here do right next to the black and white switch? Oh! I never knew that was there. It's the stereo switch. I completely forgot about the multiple sound and language tracks available for Atari 2600 games. Actually, I too weren't paying attention. Whoa, let me adjust the knob. There we go, there we go.
Mohammed Hamdan Dagalo, the general of RSF, he's showing the resistance against the military. And he's an on-call now, and he's stated a lot.
It is a 2013 American 3D computer animated sports comedy film produced by DreamWorks Animation and distributed by 20th Century Fox. The film was directed by David Soren from a screenplay he co-wrote with Darren Lemke and Robert Siegel. Set in Los Angeles, the film follows an ordinary garden snail Theo Turbo, who pursues his dream of winning the Indy 500 after a freak accident gives him super speed. 2013 to 2013, there is the word turbo in silver text, and under it there is a silver line, and on the right of it, there is a silver snail. Here is a part of a trailer. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about BT. He is an American musician, DJ, singer, songwriter, composer and audio engineer. An artist in the electronica music genre, he is credited as a pioneer of the trance and intelligent dance music styles that paved the way for EDM and for stretching electronic music to its technical breaking point. 1995 to 2007, there is the word BT in black text. 2009 to the present, the font has changed, making the text shorter. Alright, now I'm gonna talk about US Airways. It was a major United States airline that operated from 1937 until its merger with American Airlines in 2015. It was originally founded in Pittsburgh as a mail delivery airline called All American Aviation, which soon became a commercial passenger airline. In 1953, it was renamed Allegheny Airlines and operated under that name for a quarter century. In October 1979, after the passage of the Airline Deregulation Act, Allegheny Airlines changed its name to US Air. 1979 to 1989, here we have the logo of the first US Airways name, US Air. There are the words US and Air in red and brown text. Here is a commercial.
From a discus thrower in San Diego to a yachtsman in New England, from an angler in Seattle to a scorekeeper in Las Vegas, US Air is getting more people to their summer vacation events with low fares to over 130 cities. So no matter what you play or where you play it, call your travel consultant or US Air, the official airline of your summer games.
1989 to 1997, there are the words US and Air in red and blue text. Here is a commercial.
This year, one airline will pass all the others. We'll have 70,000 more departures than Delta. We'll have 120,000 more departures than American. We'll have 400,000 more departures than United. In fact, this year, US Air will have more departures than any other airline in the free world. So if we sound like an airline that's really taking off, you don't know how right you are. US Air, America's most frequent flyer.
1997 to 2015, they changed its name to US Airways. There is a gray square, and on the bottom right of it there are 5 gray rectangles, all of this representing a US flag, and under these shapes there are the words US and Airways in dark blue text. Here is a commercial.
For the ultimate ice cream experience, you have to offer endless combinations. That's why Cold Stone creates simple hometown favorites and exotic twists. The same goes for US Airways, with over 225 worldwide destinations. We'll take you from hometowns and big cities to exotic tropical escapes. Getting Cold Stone where it needs to go. That's why I fly US Airways.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about Alfamart. It is a primarily franchised Indonesian convenience store chain. As of May 2021, it had over 17,000 stores spread across Indonesia, 4 million daily customers and tens of thousands of micro, small and medium-scale business partners. Alfamart also has about 1,000 outlets in the Philippines. 1999 to 2003, here we have the logo of the first Alfamart's name, Alpha Mini Mart. There is a red, black and yellow rectangle, and on the red part there is the word Alpha in dark blue text on a white outline, and on the yellow part there are the words Mini and Mart in black text. 2003 to 2015, they changed its name to Alfamart. There is the word Alfamart in blue and red text, and under it there is a black shape, and under it there is a yellow line. Here is the version with the slogan, the mascot and a commercial.
Untuk pelanggan setia Alfamart, di awal tahun ini akan ada spesial promo dari Alfamart. Kami akan memberikan hadiah eksklusif 20 charm Hello Kitty. Mulai 16 Januari 2012 ini, charm akan diberikan kepada konsumen yang telah mengkoleksi cukup stem dari Alfamart. Asik kan? Alfamart, belanja puas, harga pas.
2015 to the present, the font has changed. Here is a variant and a commercial.
Kejutan manis untuk dapur bunda hadir di Alfamart dan Alfamidi. Belanja dan kumpulkan stemnya. Miliki koleksinya dengan hemat hingga 70%. Food container glass yang memiliki 4 sisi penguncian sehingga kesegaran makanan tetap terjaga dan tahan panas hingga 380 derajat Celcius. Semua ini bisa Anda dapatkan hanya di Alfamidi dan Alfamart.
Alright, now I'm gonna talk about MASH. It is an American war comedy drama television series that aired on CBS from September 17, 1972 to February 28, 1983. It was developed by Larry Gelbart as the first original spin-off series adapted from the 1970 feature film MASH, which, in turn, was based on Richard Hooker's 1968 novel MASH, a novel about 3 army doctors. 1972 to 1977, there is a picture of a helicopter, and on it there is the word MASH in yellow text, and between the letters, there are 3 yellow asterisks. Here is the word mark and a part of an intro. 1977 to 1983, the background is now a picture of a mountain. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about SNCF. It is France's national state-owned railway company. Founded in 1938, it operates the country's national rail traffic along with Monaco, including the TGV, on France's high-speed rail network. Its functions include operation of railway services for passengers and freight, as well as maintenance and signaling of rail infrastructure. 1938 to 1972, there is a red circle, and on it there is a white letter C, and in the middle of there are the letters SF and N in white text, all merged with each other. 1972 to 1984, there is a dark blue shape, and inside it, there is the word SNCF in dark blue text. Here is a commercial.
Herman, c'est le 824, mets les œufs. C'est le 413. Tu peux les retirer.
Tu veux que je te dise, Germaine? Il n'y a pas 2 comme toi pour faire les œufs coques.
Le train, pour être exact. Emprunt SNCF 1973.
1985 to 1992, the shape has been removed, the text is now in black text, and now on the letters there is a white line. Here is a commercial. (1992 to 2005), now the text is in blue text, above the text there is a red shape, and under the text, there is a gray rectangle. Here is a commercial.
Bonjour, la SNCF tient à vous rappeler ceci. Vous ne devez jamais descendre sur les voies, sauf si vous êtes autorisé par un agent SNCF. Démonstration.
Putain de
Mais là, le problème, c'est qu'il n'y a plus d'agents SNCF. Alors, que faire? Que doit faire Monsieur Le Sec?
Qui, moi?
Là, Monsieur Le Sec aimerait fortement être invité par un agent SNCF à descendre sur les voies. N'est-ce pas, Monsieur Le Sec?
Oui, il aimerait bien.
C'est bon, allez-y. Tous les trains sont arrêtés.
Merci. Oh! Et rappelez-vous, ne descendez jamais sur les voies sans y avoir été autorisé par un agent de la SNCF. Oh!
2005 to 2011, there is a purple and red gradient shape, and on it, there is the word SNCF in white 3D text. Here is a commercial. From 2011 to the present, the text isn't 3D anymore. Here is a commercial.
Créatifs et inventeurs, grands artistes, grands féministes, grande gueule, grand de cœur, mais surtout grand râleur. Grandiloquent parfois, la fleur au fusil et le mort aux dents, mais romantique comme un Apollinaire de 20 ans. Élégant comme aucun autre, paré du plus bel apparat, sapé trop stylé, défilé au Grand Palais. Mais surtout prêt à défiler pour l'égalité, à déclarer des droits pour tous les hommes, pour toutes les femmes et pour nos mouflés. Humaniste jusqu'au bout des ongles, humain jusqu'au fond des tripes, des cigales sur la langue, de l'océan sur les lèvres, du maroilles dans la bouche ou de la choucroute sous la dent. On vibre, on pleure, on rit, des six coins du pays, on respire le même vent. Pessimiste souvent, face à l'adversité comme face à l'adversaire. À tort pourtant, suffit de regarder en arrière. Supporter de la terre, amoureux de l'environnement, de nos forêts, de nos plaines, de nos mers. Bleu, blanc, rouge, mais chaque jour plus vert. On n'est pas statique, on est progressiste. On va pas se refaire, on est parfois en retard, mais on n'est pas retardataire. On est avant-gardiste, on n'est pas coincé, on a un humour hors pair. On n'est pas de mauvaise foi, on est juste un peu paradoxal. On n'est pas carré, on est hexagonal.
All right, now I'm gonna talk about Speedway. It is an American convenience store and gas station chain headquartered in Enid, Ohio, with locations primarily in the Midwest and the East Coast regions of the United States, wholly owned and operated by 7-Eleven. Speedway stations are located in 32 states, up significantly from its core 7-state region in the Midwest since 2012. 1952 to 1962, here we have the logo of the first Speedway's name, Speedway 79. There is a dark blue oval shape, and inside it there is a white rectangle, and inside it there is the word Speedway in red text on a white outline, and under the rectangle there is a white number 79. Here is a variant in the commercial.
It's a great new gas lamp, power fuel, Speedway 79, power fuel, the F2 gas fuel, and surpass Speedway power fuel.
The gas tank's connected to the gas line, the gas line's connected to the fuel pump, the fuel pump's connected to the carburetor, and you get more power from power fuel. Carburetor connected to the intake valves, valves are connected to the cylinder.
spark plugs connected with the gasoline, and you run much smoother on Power Fuel. Speedway 79, Power Fuel, higher octane, Power Fuel. Everybody's raving about Power Fuel, Speedway 79.
So get yourself connected with Speedway.
Speedway 79.
1976 to 1982, they changed its name to Speedway. There is a black rounded rectangle, and inside it there are two blue shapes, and between them there is a red shape, and on it there is a white rectangle, and inside it there is the word Speedway in black text. 1982 to the present, there is a red rounded square, and inside it there is white letter S divided in 11 parts, and also with a white shadow, and under the letter there is the word Speedway in white text. Here is a variant and a commercial.
Now at Speedway, buy any 3 cooler drinks and get 1,000 bonus Speedy Rewards points. So get 1 to wake up, 1 to cool down, and 1 to get through the day. 1 for you and 2 to share. Or all 3 for yourself. 1 for the driver, 1 for the shotgun, 1 for the back seat. Or 1 for now, 1 for later, and 1 for even later. 3 for after you finish those. And maybe a backup set, just in case.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about Planet Plus Crime. It is a television channel that is part of the thematic discovery channels of the Planet Plus group, Planet Plus Thalassa and Planet Plus Adventure. It was launched on October 27, 2007. Like Planet Plus Thalassa, this documentary channel version of the Planet brand is a multi-thematic co-production. The channel is managed by France Television's Publicite, which thus has a second market. 2007 to 2011, here we have the logo of the first Planet Plus Crime's name, Planet Justice. There is a red square on a white outline, and inside it there are the words Planet and Justice in white text, and under them there are white 6 lines, and between them there is a silver circle. Here is a bumper.
Mesdames et messieurs, l'audience est ouverte. Madame, le couple parental doit survivre pour votre fille.
Mais, monsieur le juge, quand j'ai dû ramener ma fille à son père, je pouvais pas.
Affaire suivante.
Planète Justice, la chaîne qu'il faut garder à vue.
2011 to 2013, here we have the logo of the second Planet Plus Crime's name, Planet Plus Justice. There is a gray circle, and on it there is a dark gray rectangle, and inside it there is the word Planet Plus in white text, and under the gray rectangle there is a red rectangle, and inside it there is the word Justice in white text. Here is a bumper. 2013 to 2016, here we have the logo of the third Planet Plus Crime's name, Planet Plus Psi. There is a gray gradient circle, and on it there is a dark gray rectangle, and inside it there is the word Planet Plus in white text, and on the right of the rectangle there is a red triangle, and on the right of it there is a black shape, and inside it there is the word Psi in white text. Here is a bumper.
À l'école de l'enquête, à partir du vendredi 6 mai à 20h45 sur Planète Plus Crime Investigation.
2017 to 2022, here we have the logo of the fourth Planet Plus Crime's name, Planet Plus Crime Plus Investigation. Now on the right of the rectangle there are the words crime and investigation in black text, and on the right of the word crime there is a red plus sign. 2022 to the present, they finally changed its name to Planet Plus Crime. There is a gray gradient circle, and on it there is a dark gray rectangle, and inside it there is the word Planet Plus in white text, and under the rectangle there is the word crime in dark gray text. Alright, now I'm gonna talk about History Channel. It is an American pay television network and flagship channel owned by A&E Networks, a joint venture between Hearst Communications and the Disney General Entertainment Content division of the Walt Disney Company. The network was originally focused on history-based documentaries. During the late 2000s, history drifted into reality television programming. 1995 to 2008, here we have the logo of the first History's name, the History Channel. There is a red square with a golden outline, and inside it there is a letter H in golden text, and also under the square, there are the words the History and Channel all in black text. Here is the print version, the HD version, the logo with the slogan and a bumper.
Reach across time and see yourself. You stand tall against terrifying enemies. You build masterpieces and break down barriers. You rush into the future and meet your past. For every time, at every moment, the official network of every millennium. The History Channel. where the past comes alive.
2008 to 2015, they changed its name to History. The square has been removed, the letter H is brighter, the font of the word history has changed, and now between the text and the letter H, there is a red shape, and on the bottom left of the letter H there are another two red shapes. Here is the HD version and a bumper. (2015 to 2021), the letter H is more detailed, and the shapes on the bottom left have been removed. Here is the print version, the HD version and a bumper. 2021 to the present, the font of the letter H has changed, and it's more flat, the line under the letter H is thinner, and the font of the word history has changed. Here is a bumper. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about Amoco. It is a brand of fuel stations operating in the United States and owned by BP since 1998. The Amoco Corporation was an American chemical and oil company, founded by Standard Oil Company in 1889 around a refinery in Whiting, Indiana, and was officially the Standard Oil Company of Indiana until 1985. 1889 to 1920, here we have the logo of the first Amoco's name, Amoco Gas. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find this logo. 1920 to 1931, there is a gray circle, and on it there are two white curved lines, and between them there are the words Amoco and gas in white text, and under the circle, there is a gray shape. 1932 to 1961, they changed its name to Amoco. There is a red oval shape, and on it there is a black shape on a white outline, and inside it, there is the word Amoco in white text. Here is the orange version and a variant. 1961 to 1961, they changed its name to American Oil. There is a red, white and blue oval shape, and on it there is a torch, and on the white part of the oval shape, there is the word American in blue text. 1961 to 1970, the torch is less detailed, the shape is longer, and the font has changed. Here is a commercial.
Many people think it's quite worthwhile to go just a little bit out of their way to get certified lead-free Amoco gasoline. You expect more from American, and you get it. The American Oil Company.
1970 to 1974, the logo is brighter, the font has changed, and the text is in black text. Here is a commercial.
I'm Walt Dahlbeck, test engineer. I use Shell gasoline in my car because I know firsthand how Shell products perform in the Dragon Wagon. That's the Dragon Wagon. This unique 8-wheel drive vehicle will haul 8 tons just about anywhere. To help lubricate it, we use a special Aeroshell grease developed by Shell Research. It's designed not to freeze at 80 below. And it simply will not melt, not at any temperature. And it also has outstanding water resistance, thanks to a patented Shell formula. Now I know a lot of scientific effort had to go into developing this Shell grease, so it makes sense to me that Shell's gasolines must be designed for good performance too, because gasoline is Shell's #1 product.
Get Shell, Super Shell, or non-leaded Shell of the future, because Shell products perform.
1970 to 2002, they changed its name to Amoco. The word American has been replaced with the word Amoco. Here is a commercial.
The new cars always have a few surprises. And this year, Amoco has a surprise for new car owners who care about quality. The ultimate gasoline guarantee. Use engine cleaning ultimate regularly in your new car. And Amoco guarantees you won't be surprised by any fuel system problem caused by gasoline. Or Amoco pays you for the repair. The ultimate gasoline guarantee. but not surprisingly, you'll find it only at Amoco.
2017 to the present, the logo is now brighter and 3D, and the font has changed. Alright, now I'm gonna talk about Papa John's. It is an American pizza restaurant chain. It is the fourth largest pizza delivery restaurant chain in the United States, with headquarters in Cumberland, Georgia within the Atlanta metropolitan area. 1984 to 1984, there is the word pizza in red text, and under it, there are the words Papa and John's in blue text. 1984 to 1995, there is a white shape on a green outline, and inside it, there is the word pizza in red text, and under it, there are the words Papa and John's in red text. Here is the version with slogan. 1995 to 2019, there is a green banner on a red outline, and inside it, there is the word pizza in white text, and under the shape there is a white shape on a green outline, and inside it, there are the words Papa and John's in red text on a green outline. Here is the version with the slogan and a commercial.
They created their microprocessor in 1971, and the faster their chips have performed, the faster their company has grown. Today, the Intel design is the brains behind 2/3 of the world's PCs. By the 21st century, Intel expects their chip to execute 2 billion instructions in 1 second. Where do you find such fast-thinking companies? Actually, there's a list of them printed every day. NASDAQ, the stock market for the next 100 years.
2018 to 2018, there is a red and green shape, and inside it, there are the words Papa and John's in white text. Here is the version with the slogan. 2019 to the present, it's the same logo as the 1995 to 2019 logo, except the font has changed, and the words Papa and John's aren't on an outline anymore. Here is the version with the slogan and a commercial.
No, this ain't no sandwich, because on a sandwich they ask you if you want cheese. But on a papadilla, cheese is what's holding the whole operation together. Get one now for just $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
2021 to the present, they changed its name from Papa John's Pizza to Papa John's, without an apostrophe and the word pizza. Now the logo only consists in the words Papa and John's in red text. Here is the stacked version, the version with the word pizza, the version with the slogan, the normal wordmark version and a commercial.
Woo! Papa John's just took their fresh, never frozen dough and hand stretched it into thin, oversized New York-style slices. I mean, look at that crust! That is the perfect crust thickness no matter how you eat it. So you can fold it, or not. But I ain't gonna lie though, I fold it. Get a New York-style pizza from Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about Televisa. It is a Mexican multimedia mass media company. A major Latin American mass media corporation, it often presents itself as the largest producer of Spanish-language content. In April 2021, Televisa and Univision Communications announced that they had proposed a merger between Televisa's media and entertainment assets with Univision, which would form a new company to be known as Televisa Univision. 1955 to 1973, here we have the logo of the first Televisa's name, Telesistema Mexicano. There are the letters TS and M in black text. Here is an intro. 1968 to 1973, here we have the logo of the second Televisa's name, Televisión Independiente de Mexico. There are the letters T and M in black text connected together, and in the middle of them, there is a white circle on a black outline. 1973 to 1980, they changed its name to Televisa. There is a dark yellow oval shape made out of lines, and in the middle of it there is a white circle, and under the dark yellow oval shape, there is the word Televisa in gray text, except the letters T and V are connected. Here is the print version and an intro.
Televisa, a través de su canal 8, presenta.
1981 to 1990, there is an orange oval shape made out of lines, and in the middle of it, there is a yellow circle. Here is a variant and an intro.
Televisa presenta su programa.
1990 to 2000, now under the oval shape there is the word Televisa in black text. Here is the version with the slogan, a variant and an intro.
Televisa presenta.
1998 to 2000, now on top of the lines there is a yellow sphere. 2001 to 2016, there are 8 orange lines representing an oval shape, and on it there is a yellow sphere, and under the oval shape, there is the word Televisa in blue text. Here is a variant and an intro.
Televisa presenta.
2016 to the present, the oval shape is now blue, and the sphere is now a white circle. Here is the print version, the orange version and an intro.
Televisa presenta.
Recognize the admission of Finland and Sweden to NATO, because we all know that, looking from an historical perspective, NATO members have brought their national issues to the
MotorWeek, television's original automotive magazine. Brought to you by The Stanley Works, makers of professional-grade mechanics and automotive tools. Stanley, proud to support public television. Stanley, make something great. Information available at www.stanleytools.com. Your host for MotorWeek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to MotorWeek. We're glad to have you with us. Turning your best-selling sedan into a sporty-looking coupe, as Toyota did with the previous generation, Toyota made major additions to give its new Camry Solara coupe its own unique identity. Were they successful? Well, at first glance, the 1999 Toyota Camry Solara is certainly an improvement over the old Camry coupe. But from appearances, the Solara doesn't so much say sporty Toyota as it does sophisticated Lexus, and that's a pretty good turn for the better. Indeed, the Solara is a handsome machine. There is a bit of Camry in the front end, but the shield-like grille shape is new to Toyota. The Solara's high, crisp shoulder line is also more aggressive than the sedan's tamer profile, as is the sharply raked rear glass and large taillights. A trunk-mounted spoiler is optional for V6 cars. While the Solara coupe is made in Canada, hundreds of miles away from the Camry's old Kentucky home, it still shares mechanicals with the four-door. Both twin-cam engines for the front-wheel drive Solara come from the Camry, but each has been tweaked for a bit more horsepower. The Solara SE's base power plant is a 2.2-liter four-cylinder that delivers 135 horsepower and 147 pound-feet of torque. Optional in the SE and standard in the SLE grade car is a 3-liter 24-valve V6. It pumps out 200 horsepower and 214 pound-feet of torque. SE models with both 4- and 6-cylinder engines get a choice of 5-speed manual or 4-speed automatic transmissions. The V6 SLE is automatic only and offers an optional traction control system that the SE lacks. Our drivetrain choice would naturally be the V6 and manual gearbox, which Toyota claims is good for a 0 to 60 time of 7.6 seconds. In our abbreviated testing at the Solara's press introduction, the combination delivered smooth, solid power and tight, precise shifts. The Solara's sporty side comes out most in the corners. The basic Camry chassis has been beefed up and stiffened, while the front McPherson strut and rear dual-link suspension has been retuned for better control. The power steering system has also been redesigned to increase feedback. We recommend the firmer SLE Sport Package, which also includes the 16-inch wheels and tires. With all these changes, the Solara leaves the Camry sedan in the dust when the road gets twisty. We had a lot of fun in this big coupe, and it's a far cry from Toyota's original Camry coupe. It even stops better. Brakes are front disc rear drum on 4-bangers. V6 powered models get disc with standard ABS all around. Solara is definitely not a hardcore sport coupe, however, but it also provides a smooth, quiet ride that's more BMW than Camaro. That upmarket impression is further reinforced by a roomy, very well-equipped interior that again could be mistaken for an entry-level Lexus. The dash is wide, smooth, and tasteful with low-glare plastics and subtle wood-tone trim, giving Solara a very European feel. And both dual front and optional seat-mounted side airbags keep it right up to date on safety. The firm, supportive seats get standard leather and 8-way power adjustments in SLE-grade cars. The same features are optional in the SE. Standard climate controls are Camry sedan style, but the SLE's automatic system is Solara's alone. Ditto the stereo, which is a premium 200-watt JBL system in the SLE. SE buyers may order it as an option. But you won't have to make a special request for rear passenger space. The Solara has headroom equal to that of many sedans and as much legroom as the Camry four-door itself. And almost as much trunk space, too. The Solara's 13.8 cubic feet of cargo volume tops a long, wide, and flat load floor. But the big question about Solara is whether its sophisticated combination of crisp styling, affordable luxury features, and tauter, sportier performance will be more successful than the last Camry-based coupe. After all, the market for coupes of all types is in a tailspin. Well, Toyota usually doesn't bet wrong. They think that as still young baby boomers tire of sport utes and find they don't need four doors with the kids off at college, that new life can be pumped into bigger coupes, and that the Solara is the one to do it. And you can buy a Solara for about what your 3-year-old SUV is worth. $18,638 for the 4-cylinder SE with a 5-speed manual. Even the top-level SLE is reasonable at $24,988. Indeed, Solara buyers will get a lot of coupe for their money. A car that's sporty but not harsh, luxurious but one that won't break the bank. A sentiment echoed by Automobile Magazine when they said that, despite the firming regime, the Solara drives much more like a Lexus SC than a Toyota Supra, and cost over $15,000 less as well. That should make the Toyota Camry Solara a welcomed addition to the sadly depleted two-door ranks. So has Toyota learned how to turn an everyday family sedan into a genuinely desirable coupe? Well, after driving the 1999 Toyota Camry Solara, we have to say that that answer is an unqualified yes.
A lot of achievement. He said he was controlling all the residential places and he controlled the airports.
Platform of the alliance whenever any particular topic came to the agenda.
Let's to thank one of our sponsors, Farmers Insurance.
Fear not, for I have come to save...
Way ahead of you. Switched her to Farmers so she could save an average of $437 on her home insurance.
Is thither nothing thou needed saving? An elder needed help crossing the road. I'm very good at that.
I'm good with the $437 I saved, but thank you.
If you need saving, get a quote from Farmers.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.